So here we are in Leaburg. There is the dam, and there is not the power plant. The power plant's a few ways down. The power plant's actually powered by this canal. So here's a canal right here. The dam is back there. Or actually, this might not be the canal. This might be the river itself. No, this is the canal. As you can tell, it's built up. There's the canal. The river is actually on the other side of this. This is the waterway that's actually technically closed. And this water makes its way, you can see even there's more water than just that. This water makes its way down about 5 miles to there's a hatchery actually on the way there to a fish hatchery. But it also makes its way down to a power plant that is also closed. This is actually just runoff right here because it shouldn't actually have much water in it because of the fact that there is actually damage to the canal, or minor damage that is going to take, a couple bucks to fix. But instead of fixing it, what they decided to do, the elected leaders, and there's some scumbag EWEB employee right now, decided to essentially close down the power plant, close down the hatchery. And what their plan is to do is to essentially make it so that this whole dam right here, over here, is going to be closed. And it's going to have a natural river flow instead of being dammed up. Problem is that this whole thing, this canal, this whole thing was developed 100 years ago for electricity production, but also for flood control. You can see there's the canal some more. On this other side of these blackberry bushes, which are endemic here in Oregon, unfortunately. You'll see, if you go far enough, you see a house right there, but you'll see the river right behind the trees. So anyways, Oregon has a problem because they're retarded here. And when I say retarded, I'm of course being euphemistic. We have leaders that are retarded. We have leaders that are essentially dumber than dirt. They do things in a sort of Hegelian way. They want to see the dialectical come to pass. Blah, blah, blah. They love dialectical materialism. They love communism. They love, Marxism. This is what they do. They love destroying shit. And they love destroying society. They can't stand it. And because of that, we're going to have a massive problem, because here's the river road right here. There's the dam. Now, what's the issue with the dam and the river road? Let me tell you what the issue is. You can see all the water coming out, by the way. That's all the water being released right now. Imagine without having any dam control, how much water would be going down the McKenzie River right now. Oh, by the way, it's McKenzie. I'm in called Leaburg. This is the Leaburg Dam. This is the town of Leaburg. And it's on the McKenzie River, which flows into the Willamette River, which flows into the Columbia River, which flows into the Pacific Ocean. So, you got trout, you got all sorts of stuff up here. There is the whole, not exactly running pretty hard. It's a lot of water. A lot of water. And there's the road that goes over the dam, obviously. The dam road. And see, relatively old. You can see how there's old, almost castle-like structures on top of the dam. Obviously, were some sort of control boxes to essentially control the flow of the dam. I'm sure they're all electronic now, but the structure still exists. For the dam, as you could tell, it's running extremely heavy and extremely hard. I mean, this is one of the main flood control zones we have here in Oregon that they're going to tear out. You can see McKenzie River right now. We haven't had a lot of rain recently either. We've had very little rain the last month, actually. So somewhat questionable why they're releasing all this water. Kind of weird. They're kind of getting rid of the water. The fact of the matter is they need to have a... Oh, show you how that... There's a car right across the river. So they're going to have to build a new... When they tear out this whole dam here, they're going to need to make a new bridge. So the city, citizens of Eugene, Oregon are going to have to pay for a new bridge for the town of Leaburg. Ain't that wonderful? It's fantastic. So basically, as you can tell, as the water keeps on going and going and going, they're releasing a lot of water right now in that bridge. And the other side of that is the Leaburg Lake, which will be gone. It will be gone as an entity once they're done with this. And you can tell there's a lot of cars will pass by that bridge. So on that bridge, so you're going to have to build a new bridge, no doubt about that. Your house is on the other side, and you can see the house right up there. So when they get rid of this, it's all going to be natural. It won't be able to be controlled anymore. You can see all the dead wood there. That's from the fires. All that dead wood. You can see all the trees around me. Some of them are dead, some of them aren't. Most of these trees are actually pretty nice. But you can tell all these trees are dead. They're not necessarily victims of the fire per se. Some of them might be. Just most of them are just dead. And unfortunately, the state of Oregon won't allow them to be taken out and used as lumber. Also, the feds don't do that. Feds own a lot of timberland up here too, and they don't allow that. So, all the people whining about, having a trade war with Canada and where we're going to get our lumber. Look around you. Where are you going to get your lumber? How about freaking here? A lot of this lumber actually might even be second growth lumber that's already been done and already been taken and regrown. This might be the baby lumber from it. Some of it's old growth lumber. As you can tell, that's where the fire was up there. You can barely see it with the snow. See where all the dead trees are? Notice that they've never taken out the dead trees. The fire that killed those trees has been over for, 5 years? Interesting. Some of them have been taken out. I'll show you where that is. You see on that hill, they were taken out. On that hill, they were taken out. But again, even just over there, they weren't. So it's kindling. It's gonna get on fire and it's gonna freaking burn. So yeah, you can tell it's a problem. And there's the river some more. Running pretty hard, running pretty fast. It is February. And as you can tell, there's snow right there on the hills. So the snow's about 2,000 feet, maybe a little bit, maybe more like 1,000 feet. So it's not that low. I mean, it's pretty low. But there's no reason to take out this much water. We've had a very wet fall, but it's been somewhat dry for the month of January. Now we're going into February. And so far it's been, a little bit wet. It's been wetter, but it's hardly been anything to write home about. Again, the overflow, this should not even have water in it. It's overflow right now. So they actually are using the canal for overflow now. Now, supposedly, because there's some sort of break in the canal path, they're not supposed to be using this canal at all, except for flood control. And so, question is, it's a lot of water. Supposedly, we keep on having droughts, but we don't really have drought. We haven't had a drought here really in a long time. But they keep on saying we have a drought. because they want to have artificial scarcity, and it's all fake. Fake, fake, fake. Just like all their other lies. The media, unfortunately, tends to lie to you. They sensationalize, they lie, and people believe it. Especially people in Oregon who tend to be extra specially stupid. And unfortunately, you can tell these are some nice homes over here, actually. Not bad.